All right. Before you start, if you still didn't download the Unity, it's fine. Is everyone has a Unity, or if someone didn't download, it's fine. Just you need to go to the here, unity.com download. I'm gonna share. Well, it doesn't work, right? I don't think everyone's in the Zoom. So anyway, so you can go to the here, unity.com slash download, and you can download the download for Windows or the if you're using the Mac, yeah, if you can download the user for the Mac. And then if you download it and install it, you're gonna see this one, Unity Herb. So, and then from here, you can start to install your versions of Unity. So if you go to here, installs, well, I have already some versions that I already have. But if you don't have anything, or if you have some different version, if you want some different version, go to the install editor and then download this. Today we will use the 2021.3.11. Yeah, this is what we're going to use. Well, I mean, Unity is a little bit, I can say, it's a version sensitive. So it's quite important to use which version. So please make sure use the LTS, which is long-term support, so which is more stable. And if you want to, well, I mean, they also have the 2022, like, which seems like the newer version. But as you can see over here, those are just alpha and beta. So they are just testing it. So it's a little bit unstable. So sometimes like other plugin is going to have the some breakdown over there. So it's better to use LTS always. And today, I'm telling you that we're going to use the 2021. And then meantime, if you go to the your Google Drive, this one in the our website and Google Drive, I already made a folder with, well, yeah, the folder of the Hanjun Kim Unity. So please download these files. We're going to use these files today. So please download them. It's not that a lot, but I think this couple uh, around, I don't know, like 100 megabytes, something like that. So please download it. And if you download it, you're gonna see these files. Well, during the class, we're going to use one by one. So yeah, please download it and save it in somewhere convenient. All right. So yeah, now and then I forgot to tell you that, yeah, after when you install the Unity, and I think it's going to ask you to about which modules you want to have. So like as you can see here, so you will see this kind of screen. So in here, of course, make sure that the well, we're not going to use the Visual Studio today, so I think it's fine. But yeah, just in case, it's better to have the Microsoft Visual Studio, because anyway, later when you deploy your app to HoloLens, you will need this. So yeah, you need the Visual Studio, and then the if you have the Android, I mean Windows and Android mobile, yeah, please download the Android build support, and as well as these two, JDK and SDK. And if you're using the iOS, I mean Apple, yeah, please download iOS build support. And again, I think then you need to have the universal window platform build, and as well as window build support. Yeah, please install them, tick them, and just select install. Yeah. And then, yeah, while someone's downloading or yeah installing, yeah, maybe yeah we can have a look to some side of the Unity Hub. So I mean, actually, the Unity they provide pretty well organized tutorials as well. So if you want to learn the Unity more deeply, other than the our class, you can go to the this site, the learn, and if you click there, and then you can learn with the very start from the simple C# script, and yeah, it's kind of more focused about the making the game itself. But however, I think it's going to be really helpful when you try to go a bit deeper side of the Unity. And then of course in the community, you will see some asset store, which is about the plugins and blog and answers and forums and so on, right? So you can have a check when you have a time later. So here, we're gonna start with your new project. So select the your folder and make a name for that. But in here, I recommend you to not to start with the numbers. It's better to start with your English always. So because well, today it's not gonna that big problem, but yeah, in some point when you start to think about the script and something like that, they don't like the folders or files start with the numbers. They always want to have the alphabets at the beginning because otherwise you're gonna have some errors in the later. So yeah, I will say let's say Sayak AL or Unity basic, I'll say. And create and just select the 3D is fine. Yeah, this 3D and the create click the create project. Well, I mean, just to for your information, yeah, I mean 3D was already included in the 2D, so it's the same. And URP, HDRP, you see these kind of things. Those are the about the render pipeline. So universal render pipeline and the high definition render pipeline. So if you want to have the some more some better graphics in the when you make the games, yeah, it's better to have them. But the when we try to build up the AL app, you don't need to think about it. Just well, I mean there is AL here, but yeah, I mean it's forget it. Just it's better. I tested it, but I think it's better to have just 3D. So let's start the project. It's gonna take a little bit of time.
In the meantime, can you guys sign up for the office hour? I already updated the sheet.
It takes a bit of time.
Okay, Hanjun, by the way,
Mhm.
nobody here is following. We are just
Mhm.
watching. Yeah.
Ah, I see, I see. Okay, because I cannot see it very clearly. So okay, just following. I see.
Yeah.
I mean, just watching. You mean?
Yeah, but I guess they will try it with recording.
I see. Okay, okay. I thought you are following it. So you don't, you know, you have the laptops over there. I see. All right,
Yeah.
then. Okay, then I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll
So you
just.
can just go ahead
Mm-hmm.
for your show.
I see. I see.
So for those of you who watched and followed, maybe if you have any questions, you can ask Hanjun. Okay. By the way, I see a lot of great mock-up, app mock-up on the Google Slides. Great job. Yeah, we're gonna continue on that, and you will basically follow this instruction and build your app based on. Yeah, so are you all clear on that? That's what you are gonna do for the office hour this week.
All right, there you go. So when you open the Unity, this is the screen. So you will see a couple of panels over here. First, you can see the hierarchy and scene and inspector and as well as project. So basically, hierarchy is the controlling the file, well, not files, let's say object. Is controlling the object inside of the scene. Well, we have just cameras and the light right now, but when we add some more object, it's gonna show inside, it's going to show the list over here. And then you will see the inspector is when you select any object in the scene, you will see the inspector, which shows the details of the object. And then there is a game view, which is game view is like when you, well, after we build something, and then when you play this display button, you will see like I mean, it's directly change to the game view right here. So it's going to show the view from the game. And here project panel is actually handling the files of the Unity project, because Unity project is not just one single file like the what is it, InDesign either, or Photoshop, or Rhino. It's very different. So when you go to the here, this is, you see that the SciApp Unity Basic, which is we just created. And then when you go here, you will see it already has a lot of folders. And these folders are exactly same as these folders. So yeah, I mean, just remember that it's not on, if you want to save some, I mean, give the files, I'll tell you how, but yeah, anyway, you cannot just send the just one single file. So, and then there is a, if you don't like this kind of layout, of course you can change the layout and you can change the location. So, and then after that, after you change the location, here layout, you can save your own layout. So here I already saved my own layout, something like this one. So to see just consoles and game views in the same time, just I wanted to do it. So here is my personal layout. But yeah, I mean, you can try some different layouts over here. So you will find your best options for sure. And then, all right. So here we go. I mean, let's look around.
Can you go to a default folder to build this layout?
Oh yeah, sure. Default folder. And yeah, in my case, yeah, like I told you, I'd like to see the game view, like the different scene. So I mean, in the same time with the scene view. So scene view is actually is a work view. This is work view, and game view is how can I say that? It's a result view. Yeah. And then here console, it shows the some kind of errors, or sometimes when I want to test something, I can type some text, not type, I can make show some text over here. So I mean, usually it's for the checking the errors. So I want to see that in the same time again as well. So I just did it like this, and then default, and press the save layout. Oops, save layout, and you can use your name. In my case, I'll just type the default 2 for now. And then, so after you go to the other view, when I click the default 2, yeah, it's going to go back to the my original view. So here, and then I told you about the some kind of object over here. So, well, first, maybe how we can create the object. Right click. I just read the right click, and then go to the 3D object. You will see multiple objects over here: cube, sphere, capsule, cylinder, and plane card sort of things. But here, I'll just create the cube right now, and now we have the cube. Well, how to control the object is like, it's kind of obvious that it shows the this kind of the angle line, the lines over here. I mean the arrows, and then this is same as if you familiar with the Maya. I mean it's the same. It's using the same key. So if you press the Q, like you can. It's just about the scene, and then the W, which is this one, which is moving the object, and E is the rotate, R is about the scale. So I'm just pressing the Control Z, and then, well, if you have the multiple object, and then if you kind of feel like quite far from the object, what you can do is select the object and then press F. It's like the zoom selected, and then okay, here you can see the transforms of the object over here, the position and rotation and scale. So as you can see, when I move the object, the position is changing, right? And when I rotate it, yeah, the angle, I mean, the rotation is changing, and scale, it is also changing it. So maybe like when you reach in some point, maybe it's going to go to uncontrollable, something like that. What you can do is like the right click transform and resets, and it always return it everything to 0, 0, 0, 0 and scale 1, 1, 1. And then in the Unity, in one means usually the 1 meter. So please remember that. So because it's going to be a matter when we move on to the AL, right? So for now, it's not a big deal, so it's fine. But later, you will need to remember that. And then let's see. Yeah. And then when you want to just turn off or hide the object, what you can do here is like you can see here small checkbox over here, right? In the inspector. If you just click it, yeah, you can just turn it off. So now it's not it's hiding and it's not going to do anything later. So it's kind of not just a hiding, it's more like just turn off exactly. So it's not gonna affect inside to the project. All right, and then if you want to change the name, you can change name over here or select from the hierarchy and press F2 and yeah, you can change the name. Well, Cube, I'll say Cube Han, yeah, something like that as well. And then if you want to change the material, like the color, well, when you click this object here, you will see the default material, something like that. So what we can do here is go to the project panel and right click. Firstly, select the assets. We're going to build we're going to make every files we need we're going to build underneath of the assets. So here, right click, create folder. It's quite important to make the folder all the times because otherwise, like the later you're gonna have the multiple files and it's very difficult to handle or find some file what you need. So it's better to make it organized files. And here, materials. And inside of materials, right click, create. You will see material over here, right? And I'll say cube material. And select the cube material. You will see some like details in the inspector, right? And if you want to change the color here, albedo, just change the color. Well, yes, some kind of light red. And then and all you need to do is just select this material and drag and drop directly to your object. Or you can drop to the here actually in the hierarchy or to the object itself, doesn't matter. Or I'll just go back. If it is a bit difficult, what you can do is just select the cube and go to the inspector over here. Oops, no, not sorry, not here. If you see the mesh here, mesh renderer, and then here you will see the material, right? And select this click this double circle over here, and then you can select your own material, which is cube mat. And so these are three ways to change your material, right? And so, this is a basic looking around of the Unity. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build very simple app with the buttons. So like, for example, just turn it on and turn off. We're not going to do any single script. So no, don't worry. First, here, I'm going to save as the scene. In the scene folder, I will make the, what can I do? Okay, button test, let's see. And now we are inside of the button test over here. Let's import some models. Before that, I'm going to create, well, it's fine. I will just directly drag and drop this models into our set folder. And then what did I have? Okay. Script, well, you can do, images, script, and font is fine. Yes, let's drag and drop everything over here. We are not going to use it right now, but just drag and drop into the Unity. And then import the models over here. So usually when there's two ways of the import models from the Rhino, for example. So one is save as the OBJ. So for example, actually I have some model over here. So it's like, but these are, we don't need them inside of the unit. So, well, I think, yeah, did I try to open this? So one is in OBJ, the other one is FBX. So in OBJ, oops, like, well, I mean, they already assigned some kind of materials over here. Well, and then all you need to do is a file and the export, and then select the where is it, OBJ, and then I will go to where is, and then I'll just use a test right now. And then all you need to do is just click, make sure if it is checked with the save textures, and then options actually doesn't matter, and just save it. Okay, okay, and now you will see here test, and then which is 3D object file, OBJ file, and the other one is MTL file. And then when you import your files into the Unity, make sure your object file and MTL file together in the same folder. As you can see here, everything has two files, right? So for example, this chair height is the shapes, and then this MTL file is about the materials. This is how you import the OBJ. FVX, well, I'll show you later, but FVX doesn't matter. I mean, it's only made of just one single file, and then yeah, you can just import the only FVX file. So if you want to see this file, well, maybe I will use this chair over here. Oh, it's huge. So here you can see the chair. Inside of the chair, I want to change the scale like this. Or like, for example, if you just bring your speaker, for example, over here. Why all of them are so large? All right, yeah, so we have the speaker over here, which is similar size to, well, it's a little bit larger than cube, but it's fine because for now scale doesn't matter actually. So let's say we have this speaker and we have this cube. Well, I will duplicate this cube. I just press the Control D to duplicate it, and we have the cube Han. Okay, I'll say cube red and cube, let's say blue. And then materials, I'm gonna create another material which is for blue. Is it? Okay. So yeah, I mean, these are how you import the models. Well, I mean, and then here you can see these cameras and the suns, the icons, right? And sometimes it's going to very like annoying. So if you want to turn off, just this one. Can you see this one? This one is turning off all these kind of the icons. Well, it is called the gizmo. So if you want to have it, you can just turn it on the gizmo, or you can just reduce the size of the icon, something like this one. This. All right, and let's make some buttons. All you need to do is go to the hierarchy, right click, and if you go to the UI, you will see button and text mesh pro. Well, I mean, if you use a previous version, there is just button and button text mesh pro, but the text mesh pro is, like I can say that, is for the more high resolution text. So it's better to click the button text mesh pro, and it's going to ask you to import text mesh pro essentials, right? And then just click it to import them. You don't need examples and extras, so it's totally fine with that. And then if you go to here, 2D, can you see this button, 2D? If you click this one, you can just simply see your 2D images over here. And if you see the game view, you can see that where is the button located, right? And then, well, for now, this game view doesn't have any aspect, right? It's just same as the scene view. So what we want to have over here is like we want to use the I don't know, let's say first build the PC app. So I'm going to select the full HD, and now you can see that the our button is not that large, right? So maybe we want to move here, and well, something like maybe too large. Yeah, like this one. Oops. And if you don't like the color, which is white, well, I can change color something like that. Or you also can give some kind of opacity over here by changing the alpha. And then about the text, maybe we want to change the text, right? How we want to change? How can we change the text? Is if you go to the hierarchy, when you just open the button over here, you will see text, right? And inside of here, you will see the this text inputs. So, for example, well, let's say speaker. And then the maybe you can change the size of the font over here, or they make it to like bold, italic, or something like that. So this is how you do it. And then plus after that, if you want to change the font, well, I already saved some couple of fonts over here. Well, but I input the din, but if you go to the text again, here, font assets, if you click this one, you cannot see these dins because like these are just fonts. It's not made for the Text Mesh Pro. So what you need to do is just select them, right click, and then go to create. And then, yeah, there you go. Text Mesh Pro, and click the font assets. So now it's created din bold with the Text Mesh Pro assets. So go to go back to the Text Mesh Pro and select this one, and you will see dim bold. And now you can see that the font itself has been changed, right? And yeah, maybe I'm just going to turn off the bold and just going to increase the button a bit more. Right? Well, before we move on, I just figured that out. Like, I'm just looking at the backside of the speaker, right? So maybe we want to change the view. This view is controlled by this main camera. So I'm going to go back to the 3D mode. I'm going to select the, where is it? Speaker and F. Now, maybe I want to see, let's say, this kind of bird eye view is kind of okay, not a perfect for sure, but it's okay, I would say. And then all you need to do is just select the main camera and press, oops, my bad. Here again, and select the main camera and click Control Shift F. Now Control Shift F is align our main camera as with the scene. So now you can see that the view itself is the same as the scene view, right? So now when we go back to 2D, and well, you don't need to mind about that. But actually, where is our speaker? Yeah. So I just figured that out. Maybe this color is too same as our cube, so maybe I will just want to have the different color. And then yeah, all right. So and then if you have the multiple numbers of the speaker, I mean sorry, the buttons, what you can do is like maybe let's say like like a 4 or 5, like this one, and then you want to put it like the very carefully. What you can do is go to the canvas, like if you click the add component, and yeah, just press the layout, and then you will see horizontal or grid or where is a vertical, yeah, something like that. So you can just use them. Or before that, I forgot to explain this one, sorry. When you try to get the location of the button, this is really important. Here, when you the anchor preset is really important to remember, because well, sometimes it goes different. Like the you maybe it's going to deploy the different size of the resolution, right? So the anchor of the position is really important. For now, like let's say since I want to put the buttons underneath, like this bottom part, so I just want to make sure that it always goes to the bottom side. So when I change the size of the images, like for example, yeah, now you can see that it's very different. Well, because of the resolution, but however, it's always same distance from the this bottom. So it's very important to use that. Well, if it is not obvious, well, I can show you another things. So even though if I put the middle, well, if I say the anchor point is left side corner, and then the if I change the size, yeah, you can see that the it's always same distance from this anchor. So you can see that the it's going to change. So anchor point, and then again we can go back to the horizontal layout group. The reason why it goes out there is because of the here, if you go to the horizontal layout group, yeah, it's going to ask you about the alignment. So here I want to do the where is it, lower center, and then the spacing. Padding, yeah, from the bottom, like for example 50, like that. You can control the multiple buttons by this. So for now it's just always using the middle, so I don't want to make it like force expand. Just want to have the spacing like 50. So we have the two buttons over here. Okay, maybe I want to change the text right now. Here, first one, I'd like to change into speaker on. Oops, speaker on, and this one can be speaker off. And maybe I'd like to change the color a bit. Like, okay, let me publish. And then let's input the function inside of the button. So just click the button over here. When you scroll down, you will see this on click and list is empty. So click the plus button over here. And then what I want to do is when I click the left button, speaker is going to turn on, I mean pop up. And then when I click the speaker off, it's going to be disappeared. So just let's go to the, so this is a button. I want to change the name, on button, off button, and then inside of the on button here, just drag and drop your speaker to here, the object over here, and then you will see no functions here, right? And then go to the no function, game object, you will see set active and boolean, and click it, and this tick mark is like about the enable or disable. So now it's going to enabling it, and if I go to the off button, again, I'm going to assign my speaker, and then game object, set active, and I'm going to just leave it like empty, so it's going to be disabled. So when I run it, well, nothing happens right now, but when I click the speaker off, you can see it's turned off. And then if I click the speaker on, you will see it's on. So it's just enabling and disabling. Like remember, when you see the inspector over here, this one, this tick mark, when I click the off, yeah, it's going to disable it, and on, enable it. That's it. Actually, this is can be the very simple function of the on and off. And then also you can add is where is it? UI. If you go to the toggle button over here, yeah, you see here, this one, toggle. And I want to make it larger a bit. So here is like, yeah, all we can do is just on is just doing on, right? Off is just off. But yeah, if you want to have just one button with the like tick mark, as you can see over here, is how you can do it. Like, so background. So when you want to change the size to the background, I will make it just, it's too large maybe, right? 50, 50. And then tick mark as well. Maybe I want to increase the size as well. And then labels, which is text here. And here, labels, go to the text. I'll say, okay, LED cube. So it's going to turn on or off the LED cube. And let's increase the size of it and use the din maybe. Right. And then labels. Here, when you click the toggle, you will see, where is it? The value change it, Boolean over here, right? So again, add it, and we can attach the red cube. And then you see the no function game object. Well, before we use this set active, right? But this time we're going to use a dynamic Boolean. So just select this one, set active. It's not going to ask enable or disable button over here, right? Because the function of enable or disable is going to do with this check tick mark, right? So if I run it, oops, oh, yeah, yeah, according to this tick mark, yeah, the LED cube is turned on and off, right? All right. So I will save this scene over here, and then let's open new scene, and create new scene. And this one I'm going to save as in the scene, scale, and rotate. Rotate. Here, I will attach my chairs. Let's use the well, what about the white chair? Then where is it? Okay. Well, I assume this is a bit larger than the original, but I think it's fine. Here, maybe I want to see from around this angle, let's say. And then I want to change my viewpoint. Control Shift F. And then if you want to change your background, currently it's very ugly sky, like I don't know, sky-ish and ground-ish, right? So when you select the main camera, you will see here the clear flags and background, something like that. So maybe I want to turn on the solid camera and maybe black background, something like that. Yeah. And again, here I'm going to this time I will create, okay, I'm going to make it a little bit upside like this. I'm going to use the slider here. So again, right click, UI, where is it? Slider, and go to the 2D view. The slider is over here. Well, it's a bit huge, but something like that. Let's make two slider over here. I'm going to copy that and have one more slider over here. Well, if you want to change the slider, here you can change the images, or not images, sorry, the color, or where is it? yeah, I mean, it's going to change the what is it, the node slide handles images color, and then here inside of here is going to change the bar colors, like for example selected color, pressed color, that's not, where is it, fill area, there you go, fill, you can change the color, something like that. Mm. The reason why it's not changing the color is because of the when we move these handles to right side, the filled up side is going to be changed with this color. So anyway, fill color. And here, what we want to do is we want to change the size, change the size of the size of the chair, and then we want to make it rotate, something like that. So here, when you go to the script over here, you will see turntable and scale, right? And just select the what is it? Color. Sorry, the chair, and drag and drop your turntable and scale to here, and you will see turntable slider and scale slider, right? For now, like if I just click, just press the play, of course it's nothing happens. And even though if I change the slide, you can see that color hasn't changed, nothing's happened because we didn't attach it. So what we need to do is attach these functions into this. So first one, maybe I'm going to use this red one as a rotation. So slider, turntable, and the second one is slider scale. And then if you click the slider turntable, scroll down inside of the inspector. Well, you don't need to think about the here values, but the you will see minimum value and maximum value and the start value. So maybe I will start from the this one minus 50 to 50 and start from the 0. This was the turntable, right? Then scale, maybe I want to reduce it, I mean, scale down it to 0.1 to maybe 3 size bigger. And then wait, where's the chair? I want to maybe, yeah, maybe look it here, something like that. And then all you need to do here is just drag and drop your slider to correct position, right? Slider scale to, yeah, like this one. And that's it. And if you go to if you learn it, oh, wait. I think start scale was 0.1, something like that. I see. Okay, let's start from the 1, so it's not going to change at the beginning. So now you can see if I rotate the upper one, I mean move the slider upper one, the scale is changing, and then left one, I mean the down one, like yeah, it's going to rotate, something like that. Oh, so you can just leave it to rotate, something like that. And then maybe later when you build the app, you'd like to have the some kind of menus, right? So I'm going to save this page over here, and I'm going to open the new scene. I'll save this scene as main menu. Oops, main menu. And here I will just start directly with UI and panel. Now we have the panel over here. Click the panel. Well, I mean, so now we're going to see this this view. So if you want to change the background, go to here. Well, I mean, before that, go to the images. Well, here, can you see the menu back over here? I just decided to use this image, my background, but you cannot directly use these images. So what you need to do is just select the images and then go to the inspector. You will see the texture type, and then select sprite over here. And then if you have the some kind of alpha, I mean, which is like transparent, you need to select the alpha is transparency, and then that's it, I guess. And select, oh no, I forgot about here. After you select the sprite, you need to select sprite mode here. Just select a single and you don't need to touch anything and just click apply. And that's it. Now you can see the menu back image has some kind of small like attachment over here, right? So go to the panel again and click this double dot and you will see my menu back over here. And then, well, it has some kind of transparency, but maybe I don't want to have it. Maybe I just want to have this. And then go to the canvas again, right click, UI, and let's create some buttons. So I'm going to create a button. Maybe black background with white text. And then a bit larger with thin. Then I'd like to have another buttons and another button. So, one more. So we have 4 buttons over here. Well, I mean, if you want to beautify the buttons, there's hundreds of ways to do it. So wait, I'm just confusing the sequence of the buttons. Okay. So maybe, let me see. Second. So maybe the first one, we want to directly move on to the button test scene, right? So I'll just type the button test over here. And second one is going to be the, let's say, scale. I'm gonna just type down the scale. And the third one, maybe I'd like to write down there some credit. Well, maybe you can use the use it as some kind of explain or documents. So if you add some, like, I don't know, like some tutorial for users, you can have these pages as well, credit. But in this case, I'll just type the credit. And finally, we want to have there some buttons to quit the games, right? And then text, of course, we need to has button test and scale. I'll just keep the same scale test and credit, and quit is quit. And maybe for the credit, well, because this is a little bit different function, because it's not gonna roll the scene, so it's going to be just text, right? So maybe I want to have there some different images, I mean different shape of the buttons. So here I'm going to just turn off the background. Oops. Yeah, turn off the background, and then text, I want to have it as I don't know, let's say blue. Why not? Or a bit darker blue maybe, and then a bit larger or smaller. And since Text Mesh Pro, I mean, you can play with it actually. There is just some kind of color gradient, and then you will see this, where is it? What was it? Extra settings. I forgot. What else? Okay. Not the extra settings. It's just over here. Yeah. So if you want to have some outlines, you can add some outlines with, yeah, this is thickness. You see that the, outlines or underlay, like have, oops, not that, offset from this side. So you can have some kind of shadows over here. Something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I'll just leave it like this one for now. So, well, we didn't input any functions right now. So we're going to use the script what we have. So if you go to the button test, before that, maybe go to the script. We have the main menu script over here. So everything is already written. So all you need to do is just drag it into the your canvas. And then in the canvas, you will see this menu script. And it's fine to forget about that. And then just go to the button test. And then here, on click the button and attach the canvas. And here is you go to function. And now this time, we're not going to select the game object. We're going to select the main menu over here. Here, now you see that the on click go to menu, on click quit scene and quit game, scene 1, scene 2, and start, right? So I'm gonna click the scene 1. So I want to have the button test as a first scene. And then scale, where is it? The canvas, main menu, click to scene 2. And then quit. Well, I mean, credit, leave it for now, and quit. Click again, attach the canvas, main menu, and where is it? On click to quit game. And then I think it's fine. So, and then for the credit, well, I mean, we can go there later or now. Let's see. Okay, before we really attach the buttons, what we can do is just let's add some text for the credits. So underneath of the canvas, I'm going to actually create empty object, and I'll say this is the menu, and I'm going to create another empty object which is credit. And then all these buttons I'm going to put underneath of this menu, and then oops, wait, delete the credit, sorry. And then just select the menu, Control D to duplicate it. And now I'm going to change it to credit. And go to the menu, just let's disable it. And inside of the credit, well, what I want to have just text and go back to the menu button, right? So I'm going to leave these two buttons and the credits. I just need the text, right? So here I just delete the buttons and I just left it this text. So maybe I'll just write down the okay, made with Hanjun. Or if you again, like I told you, if you want to put some I don't know some guidelines or whatever the images to explain your project, whatever it is, you can put over here underneath of the credit, the empty object, and then quit. Rather than quit, I'm going to change this one is go back to menu button. Well, just say menu button, and then text. I'll say back to menu, right? And I think you already figure out what I'm trying to do, yeah? So this scene, this credit is about this, and then the menu is about the menu itself, right? So let's turn off the credit first, and let's go to the menu and go to the credit button. Let's go to the on click. We're going to add the function, and which is we're going to add the credit, and I want to make it to enable when we click it. But at the same time, we have to disable the menu button, right? The menu screen. So I'm going to attach the menu and again, selective. And this time I'm going to disable it. And then I'm going to do the same thing to menu button over here. Menu button. well, I mean, before it has a main menu script over here. So what we want to do is just attach the credit, and I'm going to, oops, disable it. And again, same time, menu is going to be enable. And what we can test here is, I'm going to run it. When I click the credit, yeah, it's open the made with Hanjun. And if I click the back to menu, it's back to menu. And if I click the quit, well, I mean, I will show you later, but for now, it is just show the game quit this text over here. And then button test and scale test doesn't work because we don't have the scene 1 or 2. So it's going to show error right now. So what we can do, just open the file and open the build settings. Here is actually when you organize the scenes, right? So when we go back to the scene over here, well, before that, I'm going to save it. When we build it, we want to have the main menu at the first, right? And then I told that the button test is going to be scene 1, and the where is it, scale and rotate is going to be scene 2, right? Here you can see the numbers over here, right? These are the numbers of the scene. So this is why I call the button test 1, and the scene 1 is going to be button test, scene 2 is going to be scale and rotate. So, well, you don't need to click the build or build and run right now, but all you need to do is just attach that one in there. And then now if I play it, if I click the button test, I can, yeah, I have this one and still working. Oh, so now maybe we want to have the button to go back to the menu, right? So let's go back to the button test. And here I'm going to add the button, but maybe I just want to turn off the layout group, and button goes to here, right top side anchor, and size of, well, let's make it large. And this time, maybe I want to use a different shape of the button rather than just text and colors. So I'm going to just turn off the color, and then go to the button. Well, before that, let's go to the images. Here you can see the icon of home, right? So again, same. Click that, and then here texture type, sprite, and make sure select the sprite mode, single. And this time we have some transparent background. So I'm going to select alpha is transparency and apply. And go back to the this home button. I'll type the home button. And here, source image. Click it, select our home button. You will see this house home over here. And then what I want to, again, go back to our script. We need to use this main menu script and attach it to the canvas, right? And then go to the home button and click on click, attach the canvas. You will see main menu, and where is it? Go on click to go to menu. So now when we click this one, it's go back to the home menu buttons over there, right? So again, save it and copy. I just click that and I just copy Control C, and then let's go to the where is it? Scale and rotate, and I just press the Control V. Well, I mean, you don't see the home button right now because it's outside of the canvas right now. It always shows inside of the canvas. So I want to move it into the canvas, and now you will see it. And but when you go to the on click, it's going to say the missing object, right? Because in this canvas, the scene of the scale and rotate, it doesn't have the main menu script, right? So I'm going to attach to the canvas and go to the home button. I will attach the canvas again, main menu, and the on click to menu. That's it. And file, save it. let's go back to our original scene, main menu. So I'm gonna run it. And when you click the button test, you will see this here, and then speaker off, on, well, LED cube, everything's work. And if I click the home button, it's go back to the this menu. And then when I click the scale test, it has this size, I mean this scene, and everything's working. And then if I press the home button, it's going to go back to the home button. And credit quit is I will show you. So after you build everything, maybe you want to do two things. One, you want to record these things, and then two, you want to make it to the real app, right? So if you want to record it, go to the package manager. Well, you don't. I think you're not gonna see the package manager at the beginning. So go to the window and open the package manager, and now you will see this this in this panel. And here, packages in the project. Select the Unity registry, and then go to the search, record the. You will see this recorder over here, and then just click the install. And then let's go back to the scene. And if you go to the window, in general, you will see recorder and recorder window. And click the recorder window. Well, I'm going to just attach to here, right? And then what you need to do is just click this one, add recorder. Well, I'd like to recording as a movie, and you will see, well, let's see, source, game view, right? And then resolution, I want to have the full HD, and the media format, yeah, MP4, high resolution, and file name, movie take, and or you can control the names within this. So I'd like to add actually date at the beginning, right? So the name of the file is going to be, we start with the date and then the movie and take number 1, 2, 3 or something like that, right? So if you click the start recording, the scene is going to be start the play mode directly. So press the recording, and now it is already recording, right? So if I click, I'm just going to everything's what I've done, and like this one, oops, right? And then credit, back to menu, and quit, and stop recording. Or you can just finish the play mode. And then when you go back to your project folder, you will see recording folder right now over here. And then here you go. There is a record, the file which is recorded, what I've done right now. Right. So this is how you record the video of what you're playing. And then if you want to build the app, go to the build settings. Well, yeah, you can just leave it over here, and then you don't need to think about anything over here. Just click the build, and inside inside of your project folder, I'm going to make the build. Well, make sure you are not making the build folders inside of the asset. Do not make the folder inside of the asset. It's going to crash. So outside of the assets, but inside of your project, make the build folder. Maybe I will type basic UI, and then inside the basic UI, I just press the and all you need to do is just wait a couple of minutes and done. So I mean, these are the basic UI setup and the building apps in Unity. So now we're going to move on to the AR, which is fun part. Let's see. Okay, it's going to open the folder directly. Inside of the basic UI, you will see all these files over here. So when you want to give your games to the others, to your friends or something like that, you need to give entire folder. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. So here, I think, yeah. Sayak Unity Basic. If I double click this one, you can see the game is running. Again, everything works. Yeah. And create again. This time you will see if quit is working or not, right? So if I click the quit, now you can quit out of the game, right? So that's it. So file, I'm gonna save this one. Uh, Now I'll just start new scene. I'm gonna save as, so we're going to do the two different AR things. So one is for the mobiles and the other one is for the HoloLens. Well, but today I'm only going to test with the mobile. But yeah, I mean, like the later, yeah, when you want to build it, it's better to know the both of them. So here I'm going to first AR foundation, save it. All right, first thing you need to do is just go to the file and build settings and change into the Android or iOS. But unfortunately, before we start, unfortunately, if you're using the Windows system and plus iPhone, it's not gonna work. I mean, you can still build your project over here. I mean, it doesn't matter about the change build settings, doesn't something like that. But you cannot deploy your files from Windows to Mac. I mean, sorry, from Windows to iPhone. And well, if you're using the Mac, I think it's fine because Mac also can have the Windows system over there, right? So, but still, if you want to deploy some apps into the Android phone, you have to use the Windows. And if you want to deploy some apps into the iPhone or iPad, you need to use iOS, right? So anyway, now I have the Galaxy, which is the Android. So I'm going to change it into the Android and change the platform, I mean switch platform. and and then go to the package manager. We need to download the AR packages. So what you need to do download is install is AR Foundation, and if you are using the Windows and the Android, you need to install the AR Core. If you're using the Apple, AR Kit extra plugin, right? So I'm going to install the AR Foundation.